Hi you guys, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. I'm excited for today's video because this is another makeup tutorial. I think 3 months ago was the last time I filmed a makeup tutorial and a lot of you liked it, so I thought today instead of filming my everyday makeup tutorial, I will film my go-to soft glam tutorial. Every single product that I use will be linked down below in case you want to check it out or shop for yourself. Definitely be sure to subscribe if you aren't already, and other than that, I think we should just get into the video. So to start my makeup before I do anything or a primer, I always start with a moisturizer. This is the Honey Halo Moisturizer from Farmacy. I love the way this makes my skin feel. It never ever makes my base pill or like runny. Sometimes some creams will do that, or some serums will like coagulate with your makeup and make them look weird. This is always leaving my skin with like a really soft, hydrated base. Then I will go in with my primer once I let the moisturizer sit in my skin for a little. I am going to go in with the First Aid Beauty Pores Be Gone primer. This just mattifies your pores. It's not a sticky primer like I know the e.l.f. one and the Milk one is really sticky. This is more of like a smooth base. And I like this for when I'm doing more of like a glam look. So I'm going to go right into my base. I am going to use the Dior Backstage Liquid Glow Foundation. I'm going to mix that on the back of my hand with some of the Your Skin But Better CC Plus cream by IT Cosmetics. I'll probably do half a pump of both, and then I just dot it on my face. I'm a little bit tanner because I've been using the tanning beds at the gym, which is not great, but it's so weird how it clears your acne. I don't understand the science behind that, but it's working. So then I'll just pick up a little on the back of my hand and then go in and start buffing the product into my skin. I always make sure to get right here and all down my neck because I tend to put my hair up a lot throughout the day, and probably the most embarrassing thing is like having your face one color and your neck and your ears a different color. So always make sure you blend to your ears and down your neck. And for some reason, I always put less product and really blend it out on my forehead. I feel like that's how you start to look cakey, is when you have a lot of product on your forehead, especially around here and right here. You can see my skin has some texture to it still. It's still glowy. I really like the coverage of this. This is why I add the CC cream as well to the Dior foundation, so it's a little bit more coverage, but you could still see your skin through it. I'm going to pair it with the Dior concealer. This is also the Backstage concealer. I'll put this anywhere I have blemishes and under my eyes, as well as the places I want to highlight. I try to keep it really minimal under my eyes, only in the corner and on the outside, because my eyes tend to get cakey with a lot of concealer. I always let my concealer dry down a little bit before I blend it out, just so I can get the maximal coverage out of it. And I'll just take a smaller synthetic blending brush and just buff this into the skin, using like a tapping motion instead of a swiping motion. I like to bring my concealer up a little bit into the socket of my eye because a lot of people don't realize you get discoloration also up here, not just underneath your eye, and I feel like that helps you look really awake. I feel like this side looks so much more lifted than this side. As soon as that concealer is blended out, the next thing I will do immediately is set just underneath my eyes so I don't crease. And you could use any setting powder. You could use a pressed powder as well. I'm going to just use the loose NYX powder and just stamp that underneath my eye. I'm not going to set the rest of my face yet. I am going to go in with bronzer first. A lot of the time I will go in with liquid contour or like liquid bronzer, but today I think I'm just going to use the Casino bronzer by Nars. I think I want more of a bronze look, less contoured, so I'm just going to go in with the powder. I don't know if you could see, but the bristles on this brush are like coming off. But I'm just going to bronze up my face. It's okay if you go heavy on the bronzer. You're still going to put powder over it in the next step. I always bronze my jawline, my cheekbones, my forehead. I start at the top of my eyebrow and just go straight down. It looks a little crazy right now, but you have to trust the process. I'm going to go back in with my setting powder and set everywhere I didn't put the contour. Another thing that I like to do sometimes is put powder underneath where my contour is. And you can see it just looks so much more slim on this side compared to this side. I wouldn't say I do this every time I do my makeup. This is definitely on like occasion or if I'm feeling like doing it. But since today's look is going to be more of a matte base, I'm going to set it. And then I'll just take a little bit and do the bridge of my nose. And then I'll literally just sit here for like a good 3 minutes and just let all of this sit into my face. And then we'll come back and I'll show you what I do. So I'll take that same brush and then just lightly dust off all of the excess powder that's still on my skin. And it should just leave you with a nice crisp line, not too harsh. I like to blend it in a little bit. Once you're completely matte, I think this is probably the only cream product I'm going to use. It is the liquid blush, the Glowgasm Beauty Light Wand from Charlotte Tilbury. This is one of my favorite products I've ever used. This color is Peachgasm. And it just has a really, really pretty reflection in the sun. I think especially if you have a tan complexion. I'll put it anywhere the high points on my face, so the bridge of my nose, my cheekbones, on my brow bone, and I'll put a little bit actually on my forehead right there and there. I also found one of the best ways to blend this is with like a flat synthetic brush. I always blend up onto my cheekbones. Sometimes I will even go like right under the eye, and it makes your eyes look very glowy. I feel like blush can really transform your face. It like adds life back into your face and brings back color. So I never mind going a little bit heavier on the blush because I feel like it is the first thing that leaves your face as well. So I will set the Charlotte Tilbury wand with a little bit of this Nars blush in the shade Torid, I think it's called. And I'll just take a fluffy brush and pat some of this onto my cheeks where I applied the glow stick. This is like a really pretty peachy gold orangey shade. I feel like in the winter I'm more of like the ice pink blush shade, but now that the seasons are changing, it's nice to switch it up. And then sometimes I'll even go in with this really bright It Cosmetics blush and just add a little bit by my nose and the rest of my face. I like to set in between steps as well, so now that my full base is practically done, I'm going to take the Morphe setting spray and just spray that and let that dry for a sec. So now moving on to the eyes, I am going to start with my eyebrows. I really don't do much to my eyebrows. I will use the Anastasia Brow Wiz to just fill in any of the sparse areas, usually around the ends of my brow. I'm really kind of just trying to make them look even, and then I will just comb them out. And this is one of my favorite products, the Refy Brow Gel, or the Brow Sculpt I think it's called. It took me a really long time to figure out how to use this because so much product comes off on the brush. But the key I heard is to let it dry down a little bit once you have applied the product, and then go back and comb it through your brows. So a lot of people don't know, if you flip the cap off your Refy, there is a little spoolie and brush. So after that dries down a little bit, I will just comb through the brow hairs and set them in place. I feel like this gives me the most natural looking brow, but I just love how it looks very natural and kind of still looks like your brow, just better, I guess. So for my eyes, I am going to start with the Too Faced Natural Matte Palette. And I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and go in with the shade Sexpert, which is like a dark brown color, and just lightly buff that into my crease. I'm just using back and forth motions, just blending until it's a soft wash of color. And I'm really, really pressing lightly with my brush. I am going to go in with still a fluffy brush, but a little bit more tapered, with the same color Sexpert, and just press that along the outer V of my lid to add a little bit more dimension. And again, I'm going very, very light with this. I'm not pressing too hard. I'm going to take a little bit of the shade Less is More with that same big fluffy brush and just blend a little bit above my crease, almost right underneath my brow bone, so we don't have any harsh lines from the two different shades of brown. Now I'm going to use the Tartelette Mini Palette and go in with the shade Glow Getter, and I'm going to use my finger to apply this. I'm just going to stamp it in the middle of my eye and then start to blend this color forward. So same thing, just stamping and using lighter pressure as you get to the corner of your eye. And then take that same blending brush again and just blend where the glitter meets the brown with no extra product on your brush. I'm going to go back into the Too Faced Matte Palette and take a little liner brush and use that Sexpert shade and just drag that underneath my lash line. Once we've done that, I'm going to take the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil and just lightly put a little bit in the corner of my eye, and then take a really small flat brush and just blend that upwards and into where the other glitter was that we put. It gives an illusion when you look this way that instead of here being highlighted, it's all up here. I'm also going to take some of that NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil and put a little bit on my nose, on the tip and the bridge, and then just blend that with my finger, as well as right on my brow bone. And these you only need like a dot, and you get really good color payoff. Now I'm going to go in and tightline my lash line with the Cali gel eyeliner. My absolute favorite lash curler is the Kevyn Aucoin eyelash curler. You could either find this on Amazon, or I think Target may have it. I don't know why that makes me tear. I am going to use the new telescopic mascara. I honestly really like this mascara. I've used the normal telescopic and the waterproof telescopic for I don't even know how many years. And I'm going to use the same mascara for my bottom lashes. So for my lips, I think I'm just going to go in with the Dior lip oil. It's super simple and matches with like any makeup look or outfit. And then set everything with the Morphe setting spray one last time. And that's the finished makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching my soft glam tutorial. I feel like this is great if you are just beginning at makeup or you don't really know where to start. I feel like these colors are really complimentary for most skin tones and hair and eye colors. I need to desperately go get ready and fix my hair for the rest of the day, but if you want to see more videos from me, definitely be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for my future uploads. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next one.